Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third day of the NCAA Division III Mid-Atlantic Baseball Regional, People's Bank Park in York, Pennsylvania, home of the York Revolution. I'm going to start the game off with game number 9 between 5th-seeded Alvernia and 6th-seeded Elizabethtown. This game will be an elimination game in the loser's bracket. eTown lost in round 1. Survives after eliminating Maritime in an elimination game that started yesterday afternoon. Alvernia won their opening round matchup against RIT. They beat the number 24 ranked Tigers. But then yesterday, the 5 seed ran into the top seeded Blue Jays from Johns Hopkins, who erased a big deficit in the 9th inning and sent Alvernia to the loser's bracket. Hopkins winning 13-9 after a 6-run top of the 9th by the Blue Jays that erased a 9-7 deficit. Blue Jays will stay in the winner's bracket, play later today. And we have eTown and Alvernia.
Yeah, Jeff, on the mound today for the Blue Jays is number 24, Mike Garvey. Garvey is about to start his 11th game of the season. Comes in with a 4-2 record, 4.08 ERA. He does have 2 complete games, 57 1/3 innings, 32 strikeouts, 13 walks. Opponents are hitting .293 off of him. He will be opposed by number 34, Thomas Malik, for the Crusaders. Malik has 8 starts coming into the day, 9 appearances, 5-1 with a 3.56 ERA, 1 complete game in 48 innings. Malik has 24 strikeouts, 10 walks. Opponents are hitting .288 against him.
eTown will play as the home team in this game. They're wearing their blue jerseys, white pants. Alvernia in all gray.
The Blue Jays offense is led by second baseman Kyle Fackler. And Alvernia offense is led by 2017 MAC Commonwealth Player of the Year shortstop Nathan Sides.
Leading off for the Crusaders, first batter to face Garvey will be Colin Rieger, the right fielder. Number change this morning for the Crusaders. Rieger, usually wearing number 8, will wear 20 today. Count is even at 1-1 from Garvey. So any Crusader fans out there, don't worry, they're not leading off pitcher Ryan Sheeky. That is Colin Rieger, the right fielder. Rieger entered the tournament .283 hitter. Most recently yesterday, went 2 for 3 against Johns Hopkins and scored twice. And Rieger just thought he had ball 4 on a 3-1 pitch. But the count will move full. The 3-2 from Garvey swung on and fouled away. Rieger, a sophomore from Pennsville, New Jersey, draws ball 4. Leadoff man aboard for Alvernia.
Noticeably cooler today here, Jeff. Also, looks like for the first time this weekend, the wind not blowing out to center, right center. Interesting to see how it plays this morning.
Definitely, Coach, wind blowing out all day yesterday, and there were a lot of runs put up in pretty much every game. So we'll see if scoring is a little bit lower today. First pitch swinging, Cirilli. Put away by the left fielder. Christie makes the catch for the Blue Jays.
And if that's any sign, that ball Might have been off the end of the bat for Cirilli, but looked like it was going to be hit further than it was. Ball kind of died out there. Again, maybe a combination of the way the wind's blowing, but also Garvey doing a good job of missing the barrel and getting the ball off the end of the bat.
That brings up Nathan Sides, the shortstop. 2 for 5. Drove in 2, scored twice yesterday against Johns Hopkins. He goes after the first pitch, and it's a shortstop Lorenz. His attempt to double off the runner. Not in time. Sides rips one, but right at Lorenz, and we have 2 down.
Hit that ball right on the nose, right at Lorenz. Rieger almost doubled off first base. Was able to scamper back just in time, and that brings up number 27, Cameron Coons. Coons playing through an injury. He started game 1 on Thursday, had to leave the game after 2 at-bats. Did not appear in yesterday's game. The 2016 MAC Commonwealth Player of the Year.
First pitch from Garvey fouled away. Yeah, Coach. I think Sides and Coons, former Players of the Year.
Coons is really important to this lineup when he's healthy and playing the way he's capable of. He's really, the guy that has gap-to-gap power. And Sides, a 3-hitter, not your typical 3-hitter. He does hit some doubles, some triples, but he's more of a guy that can spray it around the field. Coons is a guy that can hit the ball in either gap, a lot of doubles, home runs, driving runs in, so he's really important to this Crusader offense.
Pitch from Garvey. Up high, 1-2. The 1-2. A ball will go to 2-2. Garvey, a sophomore out of Middletown, New Jersey. Pickoff throw over to first. Will be facing off against another New Jersey product, Malik. Runner going. Throw down not in time. Rieger has himself a stolen base. Now there's a runner on second with 2 outs for the cleanup hitter, Coons, the designated hitter. Pitch was a ball. Coons has worked his way back to a full count. Garvey trying to get Coons to chase, and Coons has had a good eye, not offering it anything out of the zone. The 3-2. That's fouled away.
Wouldn't be surprised here to see Garvey go with an off-speed pitch. 3-2, typically a fastball count. However, first base is open. Briner behind Coons is equally as dangerous. Coons has a little bit better of a resume career-wise. So it'll be interesting to see what the Blue Jays do, how they attack Coons here.
Rieger stealing that base earlier. He had just 1 stolen base entering the tournament. Garvey gets Coons. Coons tries to hold up on a pitch up high. Can't do it. And the Crusaders will strand a runner at second in the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom half for eTown's first trip to the plate after this.
Leading off for the Blue Jays to start the bottom of the first will be second baseman Kyle Fackler. We've discussed Fackler at length over the course of the first 2 days. Came into the tournament batting .475 with a .619 on base percentage. I'm sorry, .619 slugging percentage. On base percentage at .559.
And Malik will step up onto the mound. Again to face Fackler. And Fackler swings at the first offering from Malik, fouls it back.
Malik, a fastball, changeup, slider pitcher. Very talented, knows how to pitch. Commands multiple pitches for strikes. Able to pitch backwards if he needs to. Can run that fastball up to the mid-80s. One of the more complete pitchers we'll see in this regional.
The 0-2 up high. Malik steps off. Fackler yesterday against Maritime, 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away from the catcher, Selesky. He throws down first, and Fackler is retired, 1 away.
Yeah, that was the slider there. Great spot from Malik. Started off at the bottom of the strike zone and then dropped off the table. Fackler had already started his swing. Had no chance. And great start for the right-hander for the Crusaders.
Masciarelli steps in. That's the first pitch for a strike. The center fielder, 1 for 6 yesterday. Pitch from Malik. Ball.
How we doing, Bryce?
1-1. That hops away. Looks like Malik might have slipped a little bit when he planted his front leg. Examines the mound a little bit. Swings at that one out to the shortstop. Side scoops it. And over to first, 2 down.
Ball was hit pretty well. Got out to Sides quickly. Sides does a good job of staying down on the ball. Looked like could have bounced up, stayed down on him. Was able to make the routine play.
Here comes number 1 Colby Smith for Elizabethtown. Smith yesterday also 1 for 6. He takes strike 1 from Malik. That pitch will be blown away for ball 1.
Smith, perhaps not your prototypical 3-hitter. Coming into the tournament, hitting just a shade under 300. Only 6 extra base hits on the year, all of them doubles. 38 RBIs in 42 games, so looks like he has a knack for coming up with some big hits. However, majority of them singles. A lot of times from the 3-hitter, you'll see somebody that has more extra base hits.
Smith, senior from Middlesex, New Jersey. Pitch from Malik, and that's ball 4. Two-out base runner for the Blue Jays. And number 5, Mike Christie, playing left field, steps in. In yesterday's game, he was 2 for 5 and drove in 3. Also had a double to his credit in the game. He swings at the first pitch. Hard grounder up the middle sides. Scoops harmlessly over to the second baseman. And the side is retired after 1 full inning. eTown 0, Alvernia 0, back after this.
I got the presidential scholarship with youth.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
And we're back now for the top half of the second inning. For Alvernia, number 15, Matt Briner will lead things off. He's the first baseman today.
Briner, very impressive sophomore campaign. Hit .395 coming into the tournament. Again, not a hitter with many extra base hits, only has 2 extra base hits on the year, a double and a triple, 26 RBIs. Able to use the whole field, likes to stay through the middle, line drive hitter.
1-2 the count.
Has hit second in the order a little bit for the Crusaders. Has settled into the 5-hole towards the second half of the season.
Puts that one into play out towards the second baseman. And Fackler fields it cleanly for the first out of the inning. Bring up number 11, Ben Dubas, the right fielder, very dangerous hitter for the Crusaders.
Yeah, Dubas has 20 extra base hits coming into the tournament, 9 doubles, 3 triples, 8 home runs, 42 RBIs, slugging percentage of .642. So he has the ability to change the game with one swing.
Pitch from Garvey. Strike 1.
And you can tell that Garvey is aware of how talented a hitter Dubas is. Starts him off with an off-speed pitch.
Dubas yesterday just 0 for 1, but he walked twice and added a sacrifice fly. Swings at that one, fouls it straight back, high off the screen.
It was going to be interesting to see how Alvernia was going to come out this morning. Very tough way to lose a ball game in the second round of the winners bracket. That's a very important game. You're either going into the semifinal of the winners bracket or down to the losers bracket. And Alvernia had control of that game against number 2 ranked Johns Hopkins, up 8-4 and then 9-5. And in the top of the 9th, they were up 2 runs and gave up a 6 spot to Hopkins.
Pitch from Garvey, fouled away. Yeah, Coach, in the first inning, Hopkins jumped on Alvernia put up 3 runs. It was a 3-run homer from the Blue Jays. In the bottom half, Alvernia answered with 3 runs. So in the top half of the first, you thought maybe the Hopkins offense was going to get rolling and kind of get away from Alvernia, but that was not the case, as that one's hit high in the air to right field. Cantner drifts back and puts it away, 2 down.
That ball right there off the bat of Dubas, yesterday, the day before, that ball might be more trouble, maybe get out off the wall. Dubas just got underneath that. But, Jeff, yeah, you're right. That game yesterday was full of ups and downs for both teams. It was a very electric environment here with 2 relatively local teams, a lot of fans, and whatever team was going to lose that game, it was going to be interesting to see how they bounce back today. And so far, Alvernia has been sharp.
Garvey, the first pitch to Esposito, number 28, the left fielder, over for a strike. Esposito fouls that one away. Franco Esposito, another sophomore, 6'5", 220 pounds, from Hamilton, New Jersey. Esposito waits for the 0-2 from Garvey. Swings and fouls it wide of third base.
And whoever wins this game is going to come back this evening in our 4th game of the day. They'll have to win 2 games today if they want to advance to tomorrow.
That pitch out wide.
And this is the day where you may start to see some strange things happening. Teams are getting further into their pitching depth.
It's that one through the hole on the left side, past the diving Colby Smith into left field for a 2-out single.
This is the first game that there'll be some teams forced to play 2 games in one day, 18 innings. It's not uncommon to see some crooked numbers put up.
And Coach, I know we talked about that's why you wanted to stay in the winner's bracket for any of these teams, because once you get into that loser's bracket, the deeper you get, kind of the tougher it gets. You're deeper into your pitching staff. You're one of the teams that has to play twice in a day, whereas the teams who stay in that winner's bracket kind of play once a day for a longer period of time than those teams that drop a game early in the tournament. First pitch swung on by Selesky, the catcher. Shoveled to second base by Lorenz. And Selesky is retired for the 3rd out. He'll be back after this.
Nick Lorenz leading off for the Blue Jays in the bottom of the second. Lorenz, the shortstop, has been extremely impressive this tournament.
Yeah, Coach, yesterday, 2 for 3, scored 3 times, drove in a run, had a double, his 11th of the year.
He's also played excellent defense at shortstop.
It's the 0-1 pitch high into the outfield. And drifting into the gap, it'll be the center fielder, Rieger, calling off the left fielder, Esposito, to put it away for the first out.
That ball wasn't in the same spot as yesterday's, but we saw Rieger in Game 3 yesterday not make a play that changed the momentum of the game. It was a sky-high fly ball like that, chased him back to center. Not exactly sure what happened, just missed it, and ended up being a bases-clearing triple.
That brings up Ryan Portillo, the first baseman, number 33. Interesting stat on Portillo, Coach. He had just 6 RBIs in the regular season. He is 6 in this tournament. He's stepping up big for Elizabethtown at the right time here in the postseason.
And 3 of those on one swing on day 1. Had a bases-clearing double in the right center gap.
Part of a comeback bid against Wheaton on the first day. 3 seed eventually outlasted the 6 seeded Blue Jays in that game.
And Portillo, coming into the tournament, has only started 25 games. Not sure if he came on late as a starter or had an injury early on in the year, but he has looked sharp in this tournament.
Pitch from Malik. Just off the plate, that goes to 2-2. Good take with 2 strikes.
Portillo's got good size, strong player, looks good defensively. He's been impressive as well, and Elizabethtown's really gotten contributions from up and down their lineup.
Senior from Lusby, Maryland, kind of a check swing. Gonna roll down to third. Dunn will have no play. Portillo on with a infield single.
That swing and bunt there. Dunn playing back with the right-handed hitting Portillo up. Portillo not a threat to bunt. Malik makes a good pitch. Portillo swing and bunt. Dunn has no play.
Brings up number 36, the designated hitter, Nick Bine. Bine yesterday walked and scored twice, but was hitless in 3 at-bats.
And Bine, another strong right-handed hitter, big guy, bottom of the order for the Blue Jays.
He swings first pitch, lines it out to Esposito and left, who takes a step and a hop backwards to put that away.
Well hit ball right to the left fielder. Cantner, another guy with a very impressive day yesterday, went 3 for 3, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs out of the 8-hole.
Cantner fouls that one away.
Good changeup from Malik to start off against Cantner. Cantner out in front, fouling the ball straight back.
Sophomore from Rose Valley, Pennsylvania. Pitch from Malik. Count goes to 1-1.
And Malik has a free and easy release. Consistently 84, 85.
Throws over to first. Portillo dives back in. Looking for the sign, the 1-1. Swung on, hit in the outfield. Rieger drifts back 5-10 steps and puts that one away. It'll be the 3rd out of the inning. 1 hit for the Blue Jays. That's it. as we head to the top of the third, still tied at 0-0. We'll be back in a moment.
Third baseman Dunn leading off to start the Alvernia's half of the third. Dunn, a two-way player for the Crusaders, started yesterday's game against Johns Hopkins. Dunn came into the tournament hitting over 300. And on the mound came in with a 3-2 record and a 3.54 ERA. So a very talented two-way player. Of course, we're yet to see MAC Commonwealth Conference Pitcher of the Year, John Ketchmark. Rumor has it that Ketchmark injured himself in the MAC Commonwealth Conference Tournament a couple weeks ago. Not sure if he's on the Crusaders' 25-man roster or not. Gotta figure if he was healthy and able to pitch, we would have seen him to this point.
Two and two on Dylan Dunn. And will go full. That pitch in the dirt. Just one hit so far for each team through two full innings. Dunn thought he had ball four, but not so fast. It's called strike three. Be rung up on strikes for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Dunn fooled by fastball on the inside corner. Great pitch from our angle. Certainly looked like it caught the inside corner. Garvey, thus far, able to command pitches on both sides of the plate.
And we're back to the top of the order. Number 20, Colin Rieger. Again, that is a uniform change today. Usually number 8 for the Crusaders. Center fielder walked to lead off the game and stole second. Was stranded there in the top of the first.
And
2-1 count after that strike taken.
Garvey with good tempo. Throws the ball, gets it back from his catcher, and gets ready to go again rather quickly.
Fools Rieger with an off-speed pitch there, 77 miles an hour.
You got to think at some point Alvernia will try to throw off his rhythm and ask for time.
Slow roller. Good try by the shortstop, Lorenz. But the throw is not in time. Actually, the throw sailed wide, and they're going to award Rieger second base. I saw the throw get away. Rieger didn't really make a move for second, but
Yeah, ball must have went out of play. It's hard to tell from our angle if it went in the dugout or off the stands.
It's going to be ruled a single through the left side and a throwing error by the shortstop.
So Alvernia has the first real scoring opportunity early on in this game with the middle of their order coming up.
Cirilli steps up. First pitch fouled away. Cirilli flew out to the left fielder Christie, his first time at bat. Cirilli, a freshman, Ramsey, New Jersey. Takes the ball outside of the zone. Yesterday 0 for 3 with a run batted in. Had a pair of sacrifice bunts against the Blue Jays. 2-1 now the count to the second baseman.
So really prototypical two-hitter, great back control, ability to hit the ball to all fields, good bunter, strong, can see pitches when he needs to.
.330 hitter in the regular season.
And when you have a 3 and 4 hitter like Sides and Coons, there's a lot of times that number 2 hitter will come up and be asked to sacrifice runners over.
And it's the pitch from Garvey. Swung on and missed. 2-2 the count. One away here. Runner on second base. Rieger with the single to shortstop. Bad throw as he tried to rush it to get it over there to have any chance to get Rieger. Rieger ends up on second base with a single in there. Play. Swung on and missed. Garvey with his second strikeout of the inning, third of the game. 2 away. Ethan Sides will step in. Sides, as we mentioned earlier, .431 hitter coming into the tournament. 14 doubles, 5 triples, 1 homer, 34 RBIs. The shortstop, sophomore from Media, Pennsylvania. He chops one out to shortstop. Lorenz waits for a big hop, throws across. That throw is high. And the runner and the first baseman, Portillo, collide. Rieger comes home. That's going to be our first run of the game. Kind of an unusual play there, Coach.
I don't think I've ever seen a play like that before. Rieger starting the at-bat second. Sides hits a high chopper. Takes a bigger hop on the third hop. Lorenz, great job of even being able to field it. Gets rid of it quickly. High throw. First baseman Portillo has to jump for it. Him and the runner collide. Runner actually on top of the first baseman, allowing Rieger to score from third after starting to play at second. So Alvernia jumps on the board first.
We have a single for Sides and an RBI. And Cameron Coons steps in. He hits one in the left field, and we'll have first and second.
You don't often see a runner scoring from second base on an infield single that wasn't running on the pitch. But when your first baseman is underneath the runner, I guess that can happen. And, of course, no interference. Just kind of unlucky for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, Sides trying to run through the bag. Portillo trying to catch the throw. They just collided.
Incidental contact. No one was at fault. Just unfortunate for the Blue Jays.
And now we have with 2 outs. Briner grounded out to second base to start the second inning. He's up with a pair of runners on. Sides on second. Coons on first. A pair of 2 out singles. 3 singles in the inning.
And that play could have been ruled an error on Lorenz. Sides is a very quick runner. That ball wasn't hit all that hard. Lorenz does a great job of getting rid of it quickly. If it's a good throw on the money, he probably has Sides out. But ruled a single. Of course.
Strike two to Reiner. Garvey trying to work his way out of this jam.
And that's the second ball this inning hit to Lorenz that wasn't able to make a play on. Rieger singled on a ground ball to shortstop and advances second on a throwing error.
And that ball's hit back up the middle. Fagler bobbles it. The throw to first, not in time.
Yeah, the Blue Jays defense letting them down this inning. We've seen this happen to the Blue Jays in the opening game of the tournament. Certainly had plays they didn't make. It's got to be frustrating for the pitching staff making pitches, getting ground balls to the infield. We've only had one ball leave the infield this inning, and that was Kuhn's single. And there's already one run in with the bases loaded and 2 outs. So Garvey doing everything that Blue Jays have asked, getting ground balls, and unfortunately the infield defense for the Blue Jays not able to make the plays.
Both plays out to the shortstop, Lorenz. Neither was an easy play. Both times he needed to hurry to get the ball over there, and the throws weren't quite accurate, but that's something you see with a lot of players when you're trying to make that quick throw because you know you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, unfortunately it's a kind of a curse for Lorenz. He's such a good defensive infielder that he's able to possibly make these great plays, and those 2 plays would have been unbelievable plays. Wasn't able to make them, and a lot of other people wouldn't have been able to get that far in the play.
Dubas gets that one back over the screen. 0-1. Pitch to Dubas, bases loaded. 2 outs, Garvey trying to escape any more damage. Swung on, driven into the outfield. That looks like it's into the gap. It's going to split the outfielders. Picked up on the track by the center fielder, Masciarelli. His relay back in. This will be a bases clearing double as the relay rolls away.
Aggressive send by the third base coach there. Masciarelli gets the throw in, unable to hit the relay man. If he hits the relay man, Reiner is out at the plate by about 15 feet. The relay throw kind of in no man's land. That third run able to score. And Alvernia has broken it open a little bit here in the top of the third. 4-0.
And again, all the runs on that play unearned after some fielding issues by the Blue Jays. Actually, all 4 runs this inning turn out to be unearned. Esposito, the left fielder, he's singled in the second inning.
Pitcher like Garvey, you know he's going to throw balls that are put in play. Comes into the tournament with only 32 strikeouts and 57 innings. When you have a pitcher that pitches a contact like that, you need to be able to make the plays behind him.
And there's some solid contact from Esposito. That's going to roll down into the corner. Dubas will score. It'll be 5-0. Double off the bat of Esposito. Back-to-back doubles now. And it's 5-0.
Yeah, Alvernia sees the momentum here in this inning. Jumped out to a big lead. Of course, 9-inning games. We're only in the top of the third. A lot of ball game left for the Blue Jays. They need to find a way to stop the bleeding and get out of this inning.
Bring Brings up number 24, Alex Zaleski, the sophomore catcher from Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania. He hits a ground ball out to shortstop. Fielded well by Lorenz for the third out. eTown finally out of the inning, but not before the Crusaders played 5. eTown comes to bat in the third, back in a moment. Elizabethtown will be looking to respond here in the bottom half of the third. Alvernia puts up 5 in the top half of the inning. First batter up will be number 11, Ragazzino, the catcher. Ragazzino yesterday 2 for 3 with a pair of RBIs. Takes the first pitch from Malik for a strike.
And the Crusaders couldn't have hoped for a better start to this game. Jump into a 5-run lead with Malik on the mound. Very talented right-handed pitcher. I believe he was first team all-conference pitcher for the Crusaders, along with teammate John Ketchmark.
Strike 2 to Ragazzino. 1-2 the count. Catchmark, I don't believe, available at the regional because of an injury. 2-2 the count.
That pitch just missed. Looks like Zaleski and Malik wanted that, along with the Alvernia coaching staff.
Ragazzino lifts that one into the outfield. Drifting a little bit into the gap as the center fielder, Rieger. He puts it away, 1 down.
Really important. You know, you hear all the time about shutdown innings, and the shutdown inning is, you know, the inning after your offense puts up a run, or in this case multiple runs. You know, pitching and defense able to come out and shut down the other team's offense, keep the momentum, get their offense back in the dugout, able to put up some more runs. Malik looking to do that here in the third.
Fackler fouls the first pitch away. First pitch swinging his last time up as well.
Fackler's excellent numbers coming into the regional, struggling a little bit in 2+ games.
I think 2 for 11. Really 2 for 10, I think.
So, not awful, but not up to his expectation.
Pulls the ground ball. So really fields easily.
And with Fackler, you know, in baseball you can't necessarily control all the time how many hits you have, but he hasn't hit too many balls hard, and I think that's what surprised both of us. You look at those numbers and you assume that there's a guy that sprays the ball all over the field, and there's been a lot of weak contact from Fackler. Not a great time for the Blue Jay second baseman to hit a slump.
Mascherelli, his only hit yesterday was a triple in the win over Maritime. His first at bat today, grounded out to shortstop. Another dynamic player this season for the Blue Jays. He hits that one into the outfield. Shortstop sides, goes back, jumps, and makes the catch. Good play by the shortstop. 3 up, 3 down for eTown in the third. We'll head to the top of the fourth. Crusaders lead 5-0. Back after this. Top of the fourth. Here in the first game of day 3 of the Mid-Atlantic Regional. We have Dunn leading off, number 32.
Crusaders, sorry Jeff, the Crusaders batted around last inning. Dunn led off with a strikeout looking, and Alvernia ended up tacking on 5 runs.
All of which unearned, a couple errors in the inning for the Blue Jays. Not many balls hit hard against Garvey until the end of the inning. A couple of doubles. Dunn chops that one into a hole at short. Lorenz with a heck of a stop. The throw, Portillo tries to make the tag. Terrific effort there by Lorenz.
The fact that he made that play that close goes to what we were speaking about earlier. Most shortstops wouldn't even get to that ball, let alone be a step away from making an unbelievable play. And give Portillo credit, too. Came off the bag, tried to swipe Dunn. Dunn avoids it. And he'll be a leadoff runner here in the fourth.
Yeah, I mean, he's made some spectacular plays just to get to some balls. Plays haven't necessarily gone his way today, but like you said, just to even get to some of these balls has been phenomenal. And that brings up the top of the order, Rieger. Rieger looks to lay down a sacrifice bunt. That drifts foul. Rieger again. For any Crusader fans out there wearing number 20 today. Typically number 8. Maybe trying to channel some Mike Schmidt action. Rieger squares the bunt, pulls the bat back. 1-1.
Yeah, Rieger, a good athlete. If he can get this bunt down, could be a tough play for the Blue Jays. They'll have to hop on it quick to throw out the speedy Rieger.
Squares again to bunt, gets that one down in front of the plate. Garvey up and over to Fackler covering first base. Successful sacrifice for Rieger. He's done in the scoring position.
Yeah, not a great bunt. Typically you want that ball further away from the pitcher. Garvey fielded it, didn't even consider throwing a second. It would have been a bang-bang play at second base, so he'll take the sure out at first. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Cirilli.
Garvey closing in on 70 pitches as Cirilli steps in. Takes ball one. Cirilli fouls that one away. 0 for 2. Flew out to left, struck out in his first 2 trips to the plate. The 1-1. Looks to lay down a bunt at the last moment. Garvey off the mound. Throws over to Portillo. Another bunt for the Crusaders. And Dunn is over to third.
Yeah, obviously a attempt to bunt for a base hit there. Not executed. You want that ball bunted hard down the line. Worst case scenario, you want it to go foul. The last thing you want to have happen is a ball that easy bunted back to the pitcher. It's basically just handing an out to the Blue Jays.
Number 9, Sides. Now steps in. 1 for 2. Lined out to short in the first.
We have some action in the Blue Jay bullpen.
Swing and a miss on a breaking ball.
If Garvey is able to find a way out of this inning, I would expect him to stay in the game. Looks like the Blue Jay bullpen starting to get up just in case Garvey runs into trouble again. That failed bunt attempt by Cirilli certainly helps the case for Garvey.
1 and 2 now on Sides. Takes a called strike.
Last at bat, Sides hit a chopper to the shortstop Lorenz. Lorenz had him have a quick release to get rid of it. Unable to throw Sides out. And Sides ended up on top of first baseman Portillo, allowing Rieger to score from second base. So Garvey able to get the Conference Player of the Year, MAC Commonwealth Conference Player of the Year, out on strikes.
And we'll be back after this with the bottom of the 4th.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III in athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Colby Smith to lead off the 4th here for Elizabethtown. Blue Jays just 1 hit so far. Trail 5-0 in this elimination game. the Mid-Atlantic Regional here in York, Pennsylvania. People's Bank Park. Smith takes strike one. He walked his first time up. 2-out walk in the first. He finds himself behind 0-2 in the count. Check down to first. Smith held up his swing in time. Stays alive, 1-2. Malik looks in for the sign. One-two pitch. Swung on and missed. Ball rolls away from Selesky. Smith will try to run down to first. It's a 2-3 put out after the strikeout.
Yeah, great pitch by Malik. Again, if you're just joining us, fastball, slider, changeup pitcher, has the ability to command all three pitches.
Christie now steps in, the left fielder.
What makes Malik so tough is his ability to throw those pitches in different situations. Ground ball to Dunn.
5-3 to play there, 2 away.
Hitters are unable to sit on certain pitches, specifically fastballs, when they're ahead of the count. Not uncommon to get a 1-0, 2-1 changeup from Malik, and that wipeout slider is a great out pitch for the right-hander.
Nick Lorenz, number 12, the junior shortstop from McAllisterville, Pennsylvania. Takes strike one. Touched on his defensive abilities earlier today, Coach. And he's put together some good at-bats for the Blue Jays as well. Really been one of their better players. He's fifth in this lineup. But I'm sure Elizabethtown will be glad to have back for a senior season next year. Pitch from Malik. Swung on, hit hard on the ground to third. Dunn goes down, gets to his feet. The throw. The first baseman, Briner, throw was towards the home plate side of the bag. He catches it. Sweep tag off the head of the runner. And it's 3 up, 3 down. Great play there on the defense for Alvernia. We'll head to the top half of the 5th inning. Crusaders lead 5-0 over Elizabethtown. Back after this. Cleanup hitter Cameron Coons will lead off the 5th inning here for Alvernia. Crusaders put up a 5 spot in the 3rd. That's all the scoring thus far for either team. They lead the Blue Jays from Elizabethtown 5-0.
Coons singled in Alvernia's 5-run 3rd inning.
I believe his Fastball out to left was really the first ball hit hard that inning. He takes a swing and a miss. 1-1 the count.
And a special shout out to all those watching, including the Eagle Brook School varsity baseball team in Deerfield, Massachusetts, and their head coach, Matt Karras. I'm sure we'll see some of you guys playing in the NCAA Regional soon.
Ball taken low and away. 2-1 the count. Garvey delivers. 3-1 now.
Again, if you're just joining us, Coons dealing with a little bit of an injury, wasn't available in last night's game.
Swing and a miss by Coons.
And Coons was taken out of Thursday's game after 2 at-bats, dealing with a shoulder injury.
I believe it's an injury he's been battling for much of the season. There's been times they've had to sit him like the last couple of days. When it gets a little bit better, he can get back into the lineup, and certainly they wanted him in there today, having a 1 loss on their ledger already. Nice double elimination tournament. He'll draw a walk to lead off the 5th. Matt Briner, the first baseman, steps in. Runner on first, no one out. Briner reached as a result of one of the errors in the inning. In the 5-run inning, he squares the bunt, pulls it back. Ball 1.
Looks like Alvernia's game plan here after jumping to a 5-0 lead is trying to tack on in every inning. We saw them sacrifice bunt with the leadoff hitter Rieger last inning. Briner doing the same here.
That one rolls foul. Portillo.
Of course, sacrificing a man to second, typically you're reducing your chances of a big inning, but a lot of times increasing your chances of pushing 1 run across. Can be deflating for a team that's attempting to claw their way back into a game, to have the team ahead continue to tack on runs. This Alvernia offense capable of putting up runs in a hurry, as we saw in the 3rd inning, but also capable of getting bunts down and playing a little small ball when necessary.
2-1 count. Garvey the pitch. That one's bunted down to first base again. It goes foul. Portillo picks it up.
Thought we could possibly see a hit and run there. Briner, an excellent candidate to hit and run with at the plate. Great back control. Can hit the ball to all fields. Coons at first, not exactly the fastest runner on the team. Perhaps if there was a different runner on first, you could have seen a hit and run. Now you gotta think that they're going to take the sacrifice bunt off with Briner, who came into the year came into the tournament hitting .395.
Takes ball 3. The count runs full, and Coach, you were right there about maybe some second thoughts about potentially doing a hit and run, where you said with Coons not being the fastest runner, hasn't attempted a stolen base this season.
I could see Coons running here, though. Briner only struck out 4 times on the year, trying to stay out of double play. This should be an ideal spot to start the runner, not necessarily trying to steal the bag, but just getting a head start as you expect Briner to put the ball in play.
3-2. Runner is going. Line drive. It's going to be past the third baseman, Smith, and it's going to roll into the corner. Coons getting waved around third, chugging into home. He'll score standing up. And Briner, an RBI double.
Yeah, great baseball play by Alvernia. It made a ton of sense to start Coons at first base with Briner up, and I'm not sure if Coons scores from first if he's not moving on the pitch, and one of the major reasons why you start the runner there. If it was a hitter up with more strikeouts on the year that might be more strikeout prone. You probably don't see Coons running there, but a contact hitter like Briner, great job by Alvernia to add on here in the 5th.
Brings on Dubas. Dubas will bat. 1 run in already in this inning. 6-0 now, Alvernia. Runner in scoring position after the RBI double by Briner. He now stands at second.
And Dubas had the big hit of that 3rd inning. Had an opposite field double.
Dubas lays down a bunt. That rolls foul, and Smith grabs it from the grass in foul territory.
The 3-run double in the 3rd really broke this game open. And then Esposito followed with another double down the line, scoring Dubas for the 5th and final run of the frame.
Right, Coach. Until late in the inning, a lot of the balls in that 5-run inning weren't hit particularly hard, and then as the inning went on, a couple of hard-hit balls to finish off that rally. Dubas fouls a bunt back. It's going to be 0-2.
And not sure if that was a sign given to Dubas. A little unusual to see a guy like Dubas bunting in this situation for, definitely bunting for a hit, but a guy with his power.
He
Again,
does have a handful of sacrifice bunts on the year, but like you said, Coach, a power hitter. Now, certainly with 2 strikes, expect him to potentially be swinging away. He steps out, asks for time. Ragazzino will go out for a chat with Garvey.
and with nobody out, of course, Dubas actually trying to sacrifice the runner over to 3rd. We saw early in the tournament other coaches with a left-hander up in similar situations letting their left-handed hitter swing away to try to pull the ball to the right side.
He'll get under 1 into the air, high into right field, drifting back just shy of the track is Kantner. He puts it away, and Briner will move down to 3rd.
Great job by Dubas, unable to get the bunt down early in the at-bat, able to stay in his AB and hit a ball about the warning track in right field, right in front of the home run patio.
We've seen a few balls hit into that home run patio, especially by RIT's Will Gorman, the Liberty League Player of the Year. Did all he could to keep his Tigers alive. Just unfortunately a couple of games won against them. The 4th-seeded RIT Tigers, who were nationally ranked coming into the tournament, went 2 and out. And head coach Cliff Smith is going to come get the ball from the starting pitcher, Mike Garvey. We're going to head to the bullpen.
I believe that's right-hander Braden Steiner.
We saw him on Thursday for Garvey. Through 86 pitches. Runner on base is his responsibility. He's allowed 8 hits.
Yeah, Garvey didn't pitch poorly. Had a little bad luck in that 3rd inning. Alvernia started getting some good swings on it towards the end of that inning, and then here in the 5th. So good move from Coach Smith. Again, elimination game for both teams. If you're trailing, no use saving anybody. Got to find a way to claw your way back into it and get to the next game. Live to play another day.
Yeah, worry about the next game when you get to the next game. Garvey, again, 4 1/3 innings, allowed 8 hits, struck out 4, walked 2, 4 fly ball outs and 5 ground outs. Allowed 6 runs, only 1 of which is earned. Again, Briner, the runner on now, is his responsibility. fielding miscues in the third, and Alvernia capitalized. And now they've chased Garvey from the game here in the 5th inning. First batter he'll face will be Esposito, on base twice today with a single and a double.
Infield
Fielder.
Infield for the Blue Jays will play up, trying to cut this run off at the plate.
First pitch low and away for ball 1. Steiner, a sophomore from Forest Hill, Maryland. Swung on and missed by Esposito, 81 miles an hour. Pitch up in the zone. Esposito couldn't catch up to it. One pitch, cut on and missed. Stayed up in the zone, but that was off speed, 72 miles an hour. One-two pitch. Low and away.
Steiner looking for a strikeout here of Esposito.
Esposito hits one back up through the middle, through the drawn-in infield. And trotting home is Briner to make it 7-0. That run will be charged to Garvey. His final line will be 7 runs and 4 in the third, but only 2 are earned. Zaleski will step in now. Still just 1 away here in the 5th. Runner on first is Esposito. Zaleski a pair of ground outs to shortstop. He pulls a ground ball that's just under the glove of Portillo. Fackler tries to throw it over to the pitcher, Steiner. Not in time to throw. Rolls into foul territory a little bit, but not far enough for any advance.
I think that'll be ruled a single.
Right you are, Coach. And Dylan Dunn, yesterday's starting pitcher for Alvernia, playing third when he's not on the mound. 1 for 2, struck out looking in the third, singled in the fourth. The 1-0 from Steiner. Ball 2. And 3-0 now on Dylan Dunn, the 9-hitter for the Crusaders. Strike called, 3-1. Swung on and grounded out to third, off the glove of Smith. Fielding issues for eTown. A lot to overcome today. Now we'll have the bases loaded on what looked like it might be a routine ground ball.
Yeah, that'll be an error on Smith. Couple things happening on that play. Had the runner Esposito bearing down on him. I also think that Smith was not sure exactly where he was going to go with that ball. It wasn't hit especially hard. It was moving him towards second base. Unlikely he would have had a chance at a double play. Could have gotten the runner at second for at least a second out of the inning. And I believe he pulled his head up before he fielded the ball. And that should be and will be an error on Smith.
Rieger, the batter now. 1-1 the count. Rieger thus far is 1 for 1, also walked and sacrificed. Stole a base, filling up the box score. 2-1 now the count.
So the right-handed Steiner came in with a runner at third, Esposito at the plate, 1 out. With the infield drawn up, gave up a single, and since then a little bit unlucky. Selesky, the catcher, hit a ball hard at the first baseman. Portillo, who was unable to make the play, ruled a single, and Steiner comes back and gets a ground ball to his third baseman Smith, who's unable to make the play. So he'll try to get a third ground ball in as many at-bats, and he's 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning.
2-2. Swung on, hit in the air, out to right field. Cantner charging in. He gets it. That's a shallow fly ball. The runner on third, Esposito, fakes towards home and goes back. It's one of those plays where you're trying to see if Cantner will just come up throwing. Maybe he makes a bad throw and everybody can move up.
Good decision to hold Esposito there. Ball wasn't deep enough to score.
Now with 2 outs. If any more damage comes in, all the runs would be unearned at this point due to the error earlier in the inning. Cirilli steps in. Hit by the first pitch. That will bring in a run. Esposito jogs home, and the bases are still loaded. 8-0 now. Alvernia. Third run of this inning. First time on base today for Cirilli. He flew out the left, struck out swinging, and let a bunt ground out to the pitcher.
And now it's 8-0 Alvernia with a chance to really blow this game open.
Sides, the 9th batter of the inning. Hits a hard ground ball through the middle. The inning is going to keep going. 1 run is in. Here comes another throw cut off by Portillo at the mound. It'll be first and second, but 2 more runs are in. Hard ground ball through the middle. Plates both Selesky and Dunn. Dunn reached on an error to help extend this inning now. And it's a 10-0 lead now for the 5th seeded Crusaders from Alvernia over the number 6 seed Elizabethtown in this elimination game today.
Blue Jays
Game of day 3.
Blue Jays bullpen getting active again. I believe that's Burnjar down there, number 8, who we saw throw an inning, I believe, on Thursday. Steiner came into this game in relief of Garvey.
And number 27, Coons, with a high pop foul. Regazzino back for a look, but it lands in the bleachers.
And now you get to the point where you start to wonder if Alvernia will make a change or two. If they end up winning this game, they'll have to come back tonight. Maybe get some of their key players off their feet, especially the hitter we're looking at now, Coons, who's been battling an injury. Wouldn't be surprised if this is the last at-bat we see from him. Hard to take your shortstop out of the game, but Side's a key piece. You'd hate to see something happen to him here at this point. Dunn, the third baseman, threw a lot of pitches yesterday on the mound. He's another guy that you could see come out of the game. So the nice thing about having the depth that the Crusaders have is you're able to do different types of things, and you don't necessarily lose a lot from the players you're bringing in. So, at the same time, you got to win this game. So you play, what point do you make those changes?
2-2 popped up into foul territory. Fackler called off Portillo, but the ball bounces off the bullpen chairs down the first base side.
A little confused why Fackler called off Portillo. Typically, that is the second baseman's ball. However, Fackler was unable to get to it, and Portillo was much closer. And looks like Fackler did call him off, and Portillo just bailed on it, and Fackler unable to even get close to it. So, a little confusing there. And you look at the scoreboard, Blue Jays have made 3 errors, but there have been more plays than that haven't been made, that haven't been ruled errors that they could have. And when you're playing good teams this late in the season, it's not just about the errors, but about the plays that you can make, that you don't make, that can change the outcome of a game.
And as a result, we're in the midst of the second 5-run inning of the game for Alvernia that has them on top 10-0. Coons takes the ball in the dirt, runners hold.
And at the NCAA Division III level, you can give up runs here and there. Typically, a lot of teams have good offense. They can find a way to score. The problem you have is when you give up multiple runs, 5-run innings, those are hard to overcome.
Coons with a hard ground ball to the shortstop. Lorenz throws over for the out, and the inning is over. But not before Crusaders doubled their lead. They now lead 10-0. eTown batting in the bottom of the 5th, back after this.
It's on us. It's on all of us. And it's time to act now.
It's on us to start the change. It's on us to be the change. It's on us. It's on Division III. It's on all of us to stop sexual assault.
.33 Brian Portillo will try to get something started here for Elizabethtown as they trail in this elimination game 10-0 to Alvernia. Alvernia only seated 5th in this regional. Spent a lot of the year nationally ranked. Portillo goes after the first pitch, and he drives that into the outfield, and it's going to be over the right fielder, over the head of Dubas, and Portillo with a double to lead things off. Noise from the eTown cheering section, hoping to help energize their team as they try to rally back from this large deficit they find themselves in.
And Portillo continues his impressive 2017 regional. That right center gap is becoming his favorite place to live.
And Coach, we've talked about just a bad day out in the field for eTown with 3 errors, a couple other plays that were maybe kind of mental errors, maybe not so much physical errors. The 10 runs that Alvernia has scored, only 2 earned, is Number 36 hits another ball back into right field. Dubas circling back. Looks like he was having a little bit of trouble with that ball off the bat of Vine. It's just a put out to the right fielder as Portillo scurries over to third on the play. One away now. Very proud of myself. Ball off the bat of Vine. A little bit of a tongue twister. I made my way through it twice now, Coach. Yet I've tripped over much easier sentences all week.
You're on top of your game, I'll tell you that.
That pitch misses high. And Kantner sends that one high down the line in left field into foul territory. It's actually going to be caught by Esposito. Couldn't even see Esposito. He was so far down into the corner. Shielded by the bleachers. But it will get Elizabethtown their first run of the game. It'll be a sacrifice fly by Kantner.
Yeah.
eTown is on the board.
We couldn't see that. I'm assuming that ball was a foul ball. We'll have to check the official scoring. Esposito catching it. Alvernia will definitely trade a run for an out at this point. If the game was a little bit closer, or if it was a close game, maybe you consider letting that fall foul to prevent a run from being scored. But at 10-1, you'll certainly take an out for a run, and again, preventing that big inning.
Ragazzino with two away. The catcher, a slow roller, sides bare hands, not in time. Heck of an attempt there by Sides, but that ball just hit too slowly, and Ragazzino busting his way down first base. He's the catcher, but he was running as hard as he could on that one.
And we've seen this tournament, Ragazzino, pretty good athlete for a catcher. Typically, most catchers you'll see aren't exactly the fastest players on their team. That play looks like a little miscommunication between Sides and Dunn. Not sure who was going to take it. Sides stopped his feet, had to start again, and still almost had the Blue Jay catcher. If he takes that and makes that a charge play right off the bat, he might have that out. So a little miscommunication from the Crusaders. Definitely ruled a hit. Would have been a great play either way.
Fackler. 1-1 count on the second baseman. 0 for 2 today. Struck out in the first, grounded out to second base in the third. Yeah, his third trip up here in the fifth. Has one runner on, 2 away. It's a line drive the other way, carrying foul down the line.
We were cruising along here through the first couple innings and seemed to hit a wall. Of course, with 3 more games later today. Game 1 yesterday went 15 innings. We saw a relief pitcher throw more than 10 innings of relief.
Fackler, another soft grounder over to the first baseman, Briner, who pitches to Malik for the third out of the inning. eTown does get a run back, and it's 10-1 as we head to the top of the sixth. Alvernia in the lead back after this.
Oh, Quack. 30 at KWAK. They're gonna try to do a ceremony for about 5:30 this afternoon on the baseball field.
Oh, nice.
So that's what our AD was saying.
Okay, cool. Back in action here. Mid-Atlantic Regionals, we head to the top of the 6th inning. Leadoff hitter this inning for Alvernia, number 15, Matt Greiner. Fouled the first pitch he saw from Steiner off. 0-1 the count. Foul ball over towards the Elizabethtown dugout. Reiner takes a pitch up high. It's 1-2. Reiner fouls that pitch off down the third baseline. Fouls a pitch off his leg. Briner hobbling into foul territory, trying to walk it off. Appears like he'll be okay. Count stays 1-2. Reiner loops a foul over just past the eTown dugout. One hops off the wall. Swings and ground ball the other way through the hole on the left side. And Alvernia, the leadoff man aboard again. Single by Briner to start this 6th inning.
Now batting number 11,
Ben Dubas, the right fielder. 1 for 3. Flew out to right twice. His only hit of the day is a double into the gap in left center. During the first 5-run inning for Alvernia, he yanks one foul. Ball taken low and away, 1-1. Count against Dubas. Steiner, the pitcher. Reiner, the runner at first. Another foul ripped down the first baseline. Going on and chopped foul. Top of the 6th here. This will be an elimination game. Alvernia hangs on. They'll stay alive. Elizabethtown's season will come to a close. Ball 2 to Dubas. Will be a tough mountain to climb for the landmark champions if they want to keep their season going as the runners up from the MAC Commonwealth. Swing and the ball pulled into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Reiner's around second. He'll go to third on the play. First and third now with nobody out after the single by Dubas. Brings up Esposito. Esposito, 3 for 3, a pair of singles and a double. And a tough out today for the Blue Jays. "13 hits now for Alvernia. And a check swing dribbler. Steiner off the mound. Scoops and throws to the first baseman, Portillo. Be an RBI ground out for Esposito. First time he's been retired today.
Steiner, the good athlete, hops off the mound, makes a good pitch, gets in on Esposito, and then makes the play. That'll bring up Selesky. Singled in his last at-bat. Here comes Coach Smith. Looks like he'll make a pitching change.
Runner moves down to second on that ground out. Dubas will be in scoring position. You're right, Coach. Here comes a reliever for Elizabethtown. Steiner's relief stint will come to an end. Runner on base will be his responsibility. Pitched 1 inning. Gave up 4 runs, 1 earned. 5 hits. No walks, no strikeouts. Did hit a batter. Allowed an inherited runner to score when he entered.
Now pitching for the Blue Jays, number 8, Andrew Berger.
That brings in Andrew Burnjar, number 8. Burnjar we saw on Friday out of the bullpen in the first game against Wheaton. Well, Burnjar warms up. Coach, one thing a lot of casual fans might not realize is that even at the Division III level, these kids make a lot of sacrifices, put in a lot of time to be a part of any sporting team, including these teams here in the regional. Several members of the Elizabethtown team actually missing commencement today to play in this tournament. Talking to Matt Heffelfinger from the athletic department at eTown, he said when the team gets back, they'll actually do a small ceremony for those players on the baseball field. A nice gesture from Elizabethtown. But Kyle Fackler, Portillo, the first baseman, Elwell, who started the first game on Thursday, the catcher Ragazzino, the center fielder Masciarelli, and Kwok. We have not seen this so far. Number 30, Josh Kwok, a senior from Ringwood, New Jersey. All of them, not only is their baseball college career coming to a close, but also their academic career, and we wish them good luck with their futures.
Yeah, congratulations to those players, and not many baseball teams are still playing, so I know maybe disappointed they're missing their commencement, but I don't think any of them would trade it for the opportunity they are having right now.
Selesky steps in. He is 1 for 3, grounded out to short his first 2 times up, and singled during the 5-run 5th. Two and 0 the count. Runner on second, just 1 out. Burnjar, the new pitcher. From Bel Air, Maryland. That pitch lifted high in the air out to left field. Christie comes in and makes the play, 2 away. Burnjar sets down the first batter he faces. Brings up Dunn. Burnjar entered the regional with 13 appearances, 5.76 ERA,
and
25 innings of work.
Jeff, actually, we'll see a pinch hitter here, Kyle Gaynor. As we discussed last inning, not surprising to see Coach Lutz get Dylan Dunn out of the game. Dunn, the third baseman, started last night's game against Johns Hopkins on the mound. Kyle Gaynor started that game at third base and is now coming into pinch hit. The winner of today's first game will play this evening against the winner of our next game between Shenandoah and Leslie.
And Gaynor, as Coach said, played third base when Dunn was the starting pitcher against Johns Hopkins. Had 3 hits in that game.
Makes sense to get the third baseman Dunn out of the game after all the pitches he threw yesterday and then today from third. Be surprised if we didn't see him back at third base for tonight's game.
Two and 0 to Gaynor. Bernjar looks at the runner at second and delivers. Ball 3. Dubas, the runner, out at second base. Singled earlier in the inning. Gaynor taking all the way on the 3-0. Over for strike 1 from Bernjar.
This Alvernia team has 4 players from Wilson High School in Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania. Close to Alvernia. And Gaynor is one of those 4 players, including the catcher of today's game, Alex Zaleski.
Gaynor waiting for the pitch from Bernjar. 3-2 the count, the payoff pitch. Ball 4, Gaynor will draw a walk. First and second now with 2 away, brings up Colin Rieger. Reminder, if anyone can see on their screens, it is a number change today. Batter is Rieger, usually wears number 8 today, and the Grays wearing number 20. Runners on first and second.
Of course, these teams, former MAC Commonwealth foes before Elizabethtown made the switch into the Landmark Conference. So these teams know each other pretty well.
That's right, Coach. eTown moving out of the MAC Commonwealth into the Landmark during the 2014-15 academic year. Bernjar working slowly. That pitch hit in the air by Rieger. Shortstop back, center field in. Who will it be? Masciarelli, the shortstop, with a diving grab. You had Lorenz going back, Masciarelli coming in. Masciarelli lays out for it. For a split second, I wasn't sure if he lost the ball, but it was just his hat he lost. I saw him hop up and turn around and start running. Got scared the ball rolled away for a second, but just going back to retrieve his hat after a great play out there to end the inning. And one more run comes home for Alvernia. It's now 11-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back in a moment. Stop. Defensive substitution out in center field for Alvernia. Entering the game is sophomore number 13, Connor Boyle, Howell, New Jersey. Switch hitter. Yeah, 1 to Masciarelli. Taken for a strike. Malik, 52 pitches, just 3 hits and a walk so far. 2 strikeouts. Masciarelli fouls it back.
Sounds like a fan made a play out there in the stands.
I think you're right, Coach. So a fan throwing that ball back, kind of peeked between a couple of windows, could see over where it was. Masciarelli, ground ball out to second. Fielded by Sorelli. 4-3 put out. First batter retired.
Number 1, Colby Smith.
Colby Smith. Middlesex, New Jersey. Walked and struck out today. Swings and misses. Ball up high. 1-0 on Smith. 1 away here in the bottom half of the 6th. eTown trying to fight their way back. Alvernia capitalizing on some mistakes made out in the field by Elizabethtown. A couple of 5-run innings. They tacked another run on. It's 11-1. Malik has been very strong on the mound. That pitch touched 81 miles an hour. 3-1 the count. Not the day Elizabethtown was looking to have after 13-5 win yesterday. Swing and a miss by Smith. eTown ended SUNY Maritime season. And we already talked about eTown having players missing commencement. Ground ball hit by Smith up the middle, sides over to first, 6-3.
Sides making that play look easy. That was not an easy play. That ball kicked up. Sides showing great hands. Again, making that play look routine when it was far from it.
Mike Christie now batting with 2 outs and no one on. As I was saying, eTown knocked SUNY Maritime out. SUNY Maritime was down 4 starters due to some academic obligations. Christie hits the first pitch out to shortstop and the sides with another 6-3 put out. Maritime had 4 players deployed to see fulfilling some academic obligations they have. But in this game, we'll head to the top of the 7th. Alvernia leading 11-1. Back after this.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Burn Jar back out to start the 7th on the mound for Elizabethtown, the 3rd pitcher of the day for the Blue Jays. Garvey got the start and Steiner came on in relief. Now Burn Jar out there. He'll face number 4, Sorelli, second baseman. 0 for 3 with a strikeout today. Flew out to left, struck out. Rounded out again to the pitcher. And was hit by a pitch, so he has been on base once today. Takes the first pitch from Burn Jar for a ball, the 1-0 pitch. Low and away. Pitch from Burn Jar. On the outside edge for a strike. 2-1 now on Cirilli. Strike 2. Evens the count at 2-2. Delivery from Burn Jar, hit out on the ground to shortstop. Lorenz over. 6-3 on the putout, 1 down in the 7th. Brings up number 9, Nathan Sides. The 3-hitter for Alvernia.
Not surprising. Looks like Ian Schaefer is in the on-deck circle to hit for Cameron Coons.
Sides pops that one up, and it's going to get out of play. Hey, Coach Schaefer is the player who pinch hit on day 1 and then played yesterday's game against Hopkins as the designated hitter. Went 2 for 3 against Hopkins yesterday. Walked twice, scored twice, was on base 4 times. That pitch by Sides, he takes it the other way into right field for a base hit. That'll be his 3rd hit of the afternoon.
And that's what Sides does. Able to stay back on that pitch on the outer half and drive that ball to right field. Such a tough out.
Now batting number 2, Ian Schaefer.
And as we already mentioned, number 2, Schaefer. Pinch hitting for Coons. Schaefer wearing number 2, a sophomore from Sinking Spring, one of that contingent from Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania, and Wilson High School. Present on the Alvernia roster. The 0-1 from Burn Jar. Swung on and hit high and foul out of play. Schaefer, a .266 hitter, entering the regional. 28 games, 20 starts, 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, 12 RBIs, walked 10 times. 1-2 now, the pinch hitter. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3. Schaefer goes down looking his first trip up. First strikeout for Burn Jar since he came on in relief.
Got to be frustrating for Alvernia. Have a great season, make it to the NCAA regional, and you're without your ace pitcher and conference pitcher of the year, John Ketchmark, due to an injury, and your number 4 hitter and former MAC Commonwealth Conference Player of the Year, Cameron Coons, not 100%, dealing with an injury.
Reiner grounds that one to first. Portillo can't handle it at first, recovers, picks it up in foul territory. Bernjar, good job getting over there to cover first. It's a 3-1 putout. Alvernia will leave a runner on. eTown gets out of that inning without any runs. But it's still 11-1 as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning here at the Mid-Atlantic Regional in York, Pennsylvania. Back after this. And we're back for the bottom half of the 7th inning here at Peoples Bank Park, NCAA Mid-Atlantic Regional. Leading it off for Elizabethtown will be number 12, Lorenz, the shortstop. Malik still in the game for the Crusaders.
Yeah, Malik only at 65 pitches here, beginning the bottom of the 7th. Be big for Alvernia if he's able to go the distance.
It's limited the Blue Jays, who scored 13 runs yesterday, to just 3 hits and 1 walk. Very good outing for Malik.
Yesterday against Johns Hopkins, Alvernia had to use several pitchers, and if they were able to hold on today, this morning, they'll play in our nightcap tonight. Would anticipate Nicholas Marotta to be the starting pitcher for Alvernia. We'll see if that holds true. We saw Marotta on Thursday out of the bullpen.
Coach, we've talked about it several times already this weekend about trying to get good starts out of your starting pitchers. Lorenz draws a leadoff walk. So many games played over the course of a few days. You don't want to have to get too far into your bullpen anytime you don't have to. You're going to want to have somebody available that next game if the next game the starting pitcher runs into trouble. Or if it's a close game and you're trying to go left-right matchups or something like that down the stretch, that fewer pitchers you can use in each game, like multiple games in a day sometimes as we get deeper into the tournament. It's going to test that pitching depth if you can get your starter to go into the 7th or 8th inning.
Yeah, no,
that's just huge.
A lot of these teams are used to playing 7-inning games and doubleheaders during the regular season. So completely different when you get in the regionals and you're playing all 9-inning games. The other thing that some more northern teams may have an advantage is, down south, as that ball is fouled on, down south, Division III baseball teams are able to spread out their season a little bit more. Their 40-game limit that they're able to play, therefore able to use a lot of the same pitchers in many of those 40 games. The further you go north, the later those teams are able to get outside, the closer those 40 games are together, forcing teams to really go into their pitching staff. And look at a team like Wheaton, who we'll see later against Johns Hopkins, might have been able to develop some more arms over the course of the regular season. than some other teams. Of course, that's one of the big arguments and reasons why several conferences have gone to all 9-inning games.
Portillo behind in the count, 1-2 against Malik. Portillo, a one-hopper out the sides. It's short, shovels with the glove to second. Cirilli on the first.
What a turn.
6-4-3 double play. Great defense out there by the Crusaders.
And that's a very talented middle infield right there. Sides and Cirilli. Cirilli fields it, shovels it. Sides fields the ball, shovels it to Cirilli. Cirilli with a very quick exchange, able to get rid of it to just barely get Portillo at first, and Cirilli doesn't make that turn that quickly. The Crusaders will be unable to turn that double play.
Now that has no one on for 36 Bine, the designated hitter. Flew out to deep right. His last time up also flew out to left. He's 0 for 2 today. Yesterday scored a pair of runs, walked once, was hitless in 3 at-bats. Two of the 13 runs Elizabethtown scored yesterday. Scored by Bine, who rips a line drive down to left field. He'll be aboard with a 2-out single, his first hit of the day.
Now batting number 16, James Cantner.
James Cantner, number 16, the right fielder up. Cantner's 0 for 1 today. Flew out to center field to end the second, and then had a sacrifice fly, knocked in the only run of the day. Portillo scored that. Was back in the 5th inning. And Cantner now bats with Bine on first with 2 away. He's behind in the count, 0-1. Bine just singled to left a moment ago. Malik with the pitch. And Cantner hits that one, hops to the center fielder Boyle. The first and second now with 2 away. Cantner with his first hit of the afternoon. Brings up number 11, Frank Ragazzino. Has some family members in attendance here today, I believe.
Not surprising, Elizabethtown has had pretty good showing from their fan base being close by. In fact, both these teams from schools in central Pennsylvania, not having to travel too far to the Mid-Atlantic Regional here in York, Pennsylvania.
A lot of kids from probably within an hour and a half or so of campus where they grew up attending schools that same distance away here. Although both of these rosters, if you look, do also recruit heavily in New Jersey. I feel like everybody does that. A lot of talent here today from the Garden State. Ragazzino falls behind Malik quickly, 0-2. 2 on and 2 outs here for the catcher. 2:34 entering the regional. Coming off a big game against Hopkins, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Snap throw down to second by Selesky. The runner breaks for third, and he's gunned down. Selesky caught Bine sleeping down at second.
Bad
snap throw down, and all he could do was break for third and hope for the best.
Bad base running mistake there by Elizabethtown. You're down 10 runs, 2 runners on base. Getting late here in the ball game, and huge base running mistake there. Selesky with a good snap throw to second to end the inning.
That's 3 away now. We'll head to the top of the 8th.
Words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
Oh, after game one, you're saying?
After game one, we're like 5 minutes.
Now batting number 11, Ben Dubas.
Dubas will lead off here in Alvernia's half of the 8th inning. Dubas has had a very good game.
Yeah, Coach, 2 for 4 thus far. With a bases clearing double during that 5-run 3rd inning. Also added a single in the 6th. One and one on Dubas. The pitch from Burnjar swung on, and a little dribbler. Burnjar off the mound, fires over the first 1-3 put out. First batter here in the top of the 8th retired by the Blue Jays.
Looks like we'll have a pinch hitter here. Number 47, Icabellis.
Joe Icabellis, a senior, Morganville, New Jersey.
Yeah, and he's played a lot this year. He typically is a defensive replacement out there in left field for Esposito.
Takes the first pitch for strike one from Burnjar. And Icabellis, a .239 hitter this year, 46 at bats. Takes the 0-1 pitch and hits it into right field, where Kantner drifts in and puts it away. That's 2 up and 2 down here in the 8th inning for Burnjar.
Now batting number 24, catcher Alex Selesky.
Alvernia has not gone down in order in this game. They've had a base runner in every single inning of this one. Applying a lot of pressure, 14 hits in the game for the Crusaders. The 0-1 from Burnjar. Misses for a ball. Pitch was low, it's 1-1. On Selesky, the catcher. He hits one. And that's all 8 innings now. They've had a base runner after that 2-out single by the catcher. It's a line drive the other way to left field for a base hit.
Now batting 22, Kyle Eaton.
Gaynor up for his second trip to the plate today. Pinch hit and stayed in to play third in the 6th inning. Walked his first time up. He'll bat now with 2 away.
Of course, the Mid-Atlantic region, not the only regional occurring today. Some scores from around the country. In the top of the 8th, Babson leads St. John's Fisher 12-6. In the top of the 6th, a continuation game from last night. Keystone leads DePaul 8-2.
And a comebacker to the mound off the bat of Gaynor. Bernjar fields it cleanly and over for the 3rd out. Second straight scoreless frame for the Blue Jay defense. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Blue Jays bat trailing 11-1. Back after this. Ragazzino will be the first batter here in the bottom half of the 8th inning for Elizabethtown. They find themselves behind by 10 runs, 11-1, down to their last 6 outs. Ragazzino goes for the first pitch and drills that one up the middle for a single. Hard low line drive. Hopped past the bag at second base. His second hit of the day turns the lineup over. Kyle Fackler steps in now. Fackler 0 for 3.
Malik still only at 82 pitches.
Great outing by Malik tonight.
He's been consistent and steady. Only 2 strikeouts on the day, but he's throwing strikes and effectively pitched with a lead.
That pitch hit to second by Fackler, scooped with the glove by Cirilli to sides. So that one go the other way. A glove scoop by sides. The last double play, Alvernia turned this one. Cirilli glove scoop to sides and on to first for the 4-6-3.
And that continues. Fackler's disappointing regional. The senior came in hitting .475 on the season. I believe only has 2 hits in 3 games.
That brings up Masciarelli. He hits one high in the air out to the outfield. Boyle moves towards the gap and he puts that one away. 3 up and 3 down. Leadoff single by Ragazzino, erased by a double play. We'll head to the top of the 9th. Alvernia leads 11-1, back in a moment. Moving on to the top of the ninth now in this elimination game at the 2017 Mid-Atlantic Regional at Peoples Bank Park in York. Final pitcher of the day for Elizabethtown. They make a change here. It'll be number 30, one of several seniors on the team, Josh Kwok. I mentioned earlier, Coach, that Kwok, one of a number of seniors missing commencement to play in this tournament today. Their commitment to the Blue Jay baseball program be commended.
Yeah, and Kwok serves as the Blue Jays closer this season. 5 saves, a stellar 1.85 ERA. 3-0 on the year, 16 appearances, 10 strikeouts and 24 1/3 innings. Opponents are only hitting .239 off of Kwok. So he's had an excellent season to end his collegiate career out of the Blue Jays bullpen.
He's facing number 13, Boyle, here. He's ahead of him 0-2, first at bat of the day for Boyle. Enter defensively in center field, replacing Rieger. Boyle, 176 hitter this year. Swings and gets a piece of that to stay alive, 1-2. Boyle, just a sophomore for the Crusaders. One-two pitch. Called out on strikes.
And Boyle knew it. Off-speed pitch, backdoored him. Good start to the inning for Kwok.
Cirilli now comes up. Oh for 4 today.
We hope you'll stick around for Game 2 of today's quadruple header, featuring Shenandoah and Leslie. Another elimination game.
Cirilli searching for his first hit today. Only member of the original starting lineup who doesn't have a hit thus far. He has been on base, though. He was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning, and he hits that one. There's that base hit. All 9 of the original starters for Alvernia now with a hit in this game. Their 15th hit of the afternoon. A single to left by Cirilli.
And it looks like we'll have another pinch hitter here for shortstop Sides. It's Andrew Schoenblum, the freshman infielder from West Windsor, New Jersey.
.375 hitter, but that comes in just 8 at-bats. With a pair of RBI on the year.
So Sides is gonna get an inning off his feet as Alvernia will prepare to play in the 4th game tonight, our nightcap, and they will play the winner of our next game, either Shenandoah or Leslie.
That pitch in dirt bounces away, and Cirilli will scamper down to second base. Wild pitch from Kwok. Moving the runner into scoring position here. 1-2 pitch with 1 out to Schoenblum. And he's called out on strikes. Kwok gets Schoenblum for his 2nd strikeout of the inning. Both looking. Been able to keep Alvernia off balance for the most part so far in this inning, save for the base hit by Cirilli. And number 2, Schaefer.
You can see why Kwok has had so much success this season. Really good off-speed pitch that he's been able to throw for a strike at different parts of the plate, different counts, able to keep hitters off balance.
Even 1-1 now on Schaefer. Schaefer 0 for 1, struck out in his only plate appearance. Struck out looking in the 7th. Finds himself down 1-2 in the count against Kwok.
Elizabethtown will likely be playing their last game. They'll finish up an excellent season. 27-15 during the regular season.
1 win here in the tournament. They lose this game, that'll make them 28-17 on the season. Excellent season for the Blue Jays, even if it may not end the way they wanted to today. 3-2 now, the count on Schaefer.
There aren't many teams out there that get to end their season with the win, especially those playing in the postseason.
And that's ball 4. Kwok loses Schaefer.
It's very difficult to even get to this point in the year, so a credit to any of our teams still remaining. The opportunity to play in an NCAA regional. Best teams remaining in the country.
That brings up Reiner. Reiner has scored 3 times today. Two hits, a single and a double. Also reached on an error. 2 for 4 on the afternoon. He's ahead in the count against Kwok, 1-0. The pitch swung on and fouled back. Reiner fouls one down the first base side. This Alvernia offense, Coach, when it gets going, you can pile up base runners, pile up runs. They've had a runner in every single inning today.
Very well-rounded offense, top to bottom, speed, power, ability to bunt when needed.
Fouled off by Briner again down the first base side. Still 1-2 the count. Against Kwok, 2 away here in the top of the 9th. Runners on first and second. Cirilli on second. Singled with 1 out and a 2-out walk to Schaefer. Reiner making Kwok work. 3 straight foul balls now. 2 away. Here in the 9th. Alvernia looking potentially for even more insurance.
And that's what good hitters do. They're able to foul off borderline pitches with 2 strikes in hopes of waiting around for a mistake from the pitcher to take advantage.
Ground ball out on the infield to shortstop. Lorenz throws to second for the force. And that'll retire the side. Kwok with a scoreless frame and what may be his final collegiate outing will head here to the bottom of the 9th. the last chance for eTown, but they trail 11-1 here in an elimination game at the regional back in a minute. Alvernia 3 outs away now from staying alive here in the Mid-Atlantic Regional People's Bank Park in York, Pennsylvania. Colby Smith will lead it off. Malik's still out there. And this is one of the more impressive pitching performances we've seen here. Day 2 had several. Day 3 opening off very strong. Probably the second best outing by a starting pitcher we've seen. Marquise from Wheaton. The complete game shutout last night. Of course, 10+ innings by Moran from RIT that we've touched on a couple of times today. This performance right now, right alongside those. Just 6 hits allowed, 2 walks. He's only struck out 2. He's pitched to contact, but nothing solid.
And you're starting to see some hugs in that Elizabethtown dugout for some of the seniors who'll be playing their last game.
Malik with 11 ground ball outs in the game. Done a great job keeping the ball on the ground, avoiding too many hard hit balls. Just keeping eTown off balance. That offense from the Blue Jays scored 13 runs yesterday. Like you said, Coach, they kind of have a feeling the writing's on the wall here. Some end-of-the-year hugs and a lot of seniors departing after this game for them.
And Elizabethtown has shown an ability all season long to come back from deficits, and that's what makes his performance from Malik even more impressive, is he really never gave Elizabethtown any hope. As soon as Alvernia jumped out to a 5-0 lead, it felt like the ball game was over, and Elizabethtown never really able to get anything going, and Alvernia able to continue to tack on runs throughout the game.
Smith hits that one high in the air, down the left field line. It'll stay just fair. It's caught by the left fielder, Ike Bellis. 1 away here in the 9th. Christie will step in. 0 for 3 today. Get into a fielder's choice. Grounded out twice, so hit the ball on the ground 3 times. 1 strike on him in this at bat. Christie, the cleanup hitter, can get the other team's cleanup man to hit the ball on the infield on the ground 3 times. It's a good day usually. This is a pop foul outside of first base. Briner in foul territory, squeezes it for the 2nd out.
And Chrissy, only a sophomore, very impressive player for the Blue Jays. He'll have 2 more seasons left, and while the Blue Jays will lose some talented players, they've been very impressive, and up and down the lineup have some talent coming back next year.
And the last chance for Elizabethtown, Lorenz. Malik looking to finish this complete game. Gets Lorenz to dive after a breaking ball. Foul. 0-2. One strike away now from moving on to play again this evening. Excellent outing from Malik. Lorenz today 0 for 2. Takes a pitch wide. Lorenz walked his last time up. Also flew out to center and grounded out to third base. Rangy shortstop, a junior in addition to Christie. They'll have him back next year. I'm sure they're happy about that. He hits one high and hard down the line and left. Ike Abellis into foul territory. And I think it lands harmlessly. Once again, way down deep into that corner. Can't quite see when the left fielder gets deep into that corner. Ike Abellis just not quite able to get there. That was a long run for him. Oh, or 1-2.
Malik looking to finish off a complete game. Less than 100 pitches.
Holds up on a breaking ball, low and away. 2-2 now, the count to Lorenz. Pitch from Malik. Hit high in the air out behind third base. Gainer into foul territory. They'll put it away. That's the final out. Alvernia stays alive. They'll play in the nightcap later today. This is the first of 2 for them. Gem by Malik. Ends Elizabethtown season. Great effort by them this weekend. Just not able to pull out a win today after a dominating performance by the Crusaders. Malik will get the win. Garvey the loss. And Coach, what do we have next?
Yeah, we got a great ball game coming up next. Shenandoah, the number 10 team in the country, with number 1 team in the country for much of the season, will play the 8 seed Leslie.
So up in Massachusetts, Leslie stayed alive, winning their first game in the losers bracket after falling to Johns Hopkins. Hopkins has put up 29 runs so far in 2 games. They put up a bunch against Alvernia yesterday and a bunch against Leslie on day 1.
Yeah, Leslie coming off of a 15-inning ball game yesterday. We'll see what they're able to put together as far as a pitching performance. So, start time for game number 2 today will be 1:30. So we have about 50 minutes until first pitch.
And we're after noon, but before 1, so we're going to sign off and get some lunch. Hopefully you do the same, and we'll see you back for the second game. Or my voice gives it.